Hello.
Hi. Hi.
Welcome back to our Sunday school lesson. We are trying something new today. We came down to the canal near our house to make our video. So we are outside. There's wind. There are people walking by. It's going to be a little different today, but I had a really good reason to try this today. So here we are with our lesson. Okay?
And there's a lake in the back.
There is water in the back, and that's important for us today, okay? Because our lesson today
It's about baby Moses.
is about a river. Okay, Colin, would you take off your head for us so we can see? There you are. There you are. All right. Okay. We're going to start. I hope you have your bag. Do you have your paper bag? Okay. We are actually going to start today in your bag. You can put that back down. I don't think we're going to end up using that today. Okay? In your bag, the first thing you're going to need are the big blue papers. Take out the big blue papers. You can take all of them out. Good. Yes. And you might have to flip them upside down if they got curled up in your bag a little bit. Okay? There is a wind. Okay? And what you are going to do, lay out the blue papers in front of you like a river. Okay? And in your house, you can connect them however you want. There's plenty of them. Okay?
And you can use tape.
And make a river. Okay? You need a river. Okay? We have a river now. So let's begin this lesson. Okay? You're also going to need, a pencil or markers for later. Okay? And the next thing you're going to need are the little candles from your bag.
Little?
Yes. The small tea lights. They're in a baggie that says lesson 2.
And this is lesson 2.
This is lesson 2. There we go. Colin, can you give us each a little light?
Here's a,
There we go. And when you get your light,
they're more waxy color.
turn it on.
But there's a little thingy at the bottom. You have to,
Oh yeah.
There's a little plastic thingy at the bottom
Yeah.
that has to get pulled
Okay.
out to activate it.
I tested mine before we left and it worked, and now it doesn't seem to work. Okay, hopefully all of your, oh, you know what, mine works, but you can't tell because we're outside. That's what it is.
Mine does too. You just
Yeah,
can't tell.
you can't tell because we're outside. If you're in your house, you might actually turn the lights down low so that your candle glows really good. Okay, we chose to sit outside, and so our candles are not going to glow that well because we didn't want to come out here after dark to do this. Okay, hold your candle in your hand. Okay. The candle reminds us that God is here with us. I invite you to pray. We're going to open in prayer, and you can repeat after me. God of bravery.
God of bravery. God of bravery.
Help us to be brave.
Help us to be brave. Help us to be brave.
When we don't always know what to do.
When we don't always know what to do.
Right. Help us to make good decisions
Help us to make good decisions
that help others.
that help others.
Amen.
Amen.
All right. So, we are here near a river, okay? And that is important to the story today, okay? You're going to need your book, Growing in God's Love. We are going to read a story called Miriam Hides Moses. In your book, it's on page 56, and it's actually a poem. It's written in verse, okay? This comes from the Bible from the book of Exodus, chapter 2, verses 1 through 10. Okay?
Is Exodus kind of like ABC?
What it means going out. It means going out. Okay? This is the part of the Bible where God's people are slaves in Egypt. Okay? The Egyptian Pharaoh has kept God's people as slaves. Okay?
Why?
And
But Moses.
but Moses, we will find out later. Okay? So it's true that Pharaoh, the king of the Egyptians, is afraid of God's people, of the Israelites. Okay? And because they are growing so numerously, there are so many of them, that he's worried that they will get so many that they will overpower his army. And he won't be able to keep them as slaves anymore. Okay? And so he makes a terrible, terrible law. He makes a law that no one is allowed to keep a baby boy. He said no more boys. Because boys grow up to be men. Okay, and men can be strong leaders. And he didn't want any strong leaders getting in his way. Okay? So, here is the story. Listen now to the word of the Lord. Miriam hides Moses. The Hebrews living in his nation grew and grew in population. Selfish Pharaoh, so very cruel, wrote a truly awful rule. Because you are too big a crowd, no more baby boys allowed. One Hebrew family, full of joy, had just welcomed a baby boy. Mother took some grass and leaves and made a basket to set in the reeds. She put her baby snug inside and took him to the riverside. Let's stop there for a moment. Okay.
But he doesn't die.
I want you to look in he's going to be fine.
Promise.
Look in your bag and find the green paper and give everybody a green paper. Good? You can use all the green papers in your bag. You don't need to save them for anything else.
One more on?
Yep. Good. Good.
I guess I get two.
You don't need to. You're going to make a lily pad for your river. Okay? I encourage you to take your paper and you are going to rip the paper. Tear it. Do not get scissors. Okay? We're going to tear the paper into a round leaf shape. Okay? Really, you just have to tear off the corners. It doesn't matter if it looks messy. If you're sitting outside, make sure to put your scraps in the baggie. Let's not litter our area. Okay, good. We'll have to clean those out later, okay? We just hold on to them for the moment. It should be big. Okay, don't make a little lily pad. Keep it big. Okay? Yes, very nice. Get all your scraps in the bag. Okay, and here's your mine's not very round, but that's okay. Okay, maybe yours looks a little bit like it. That's fine.
Mine.
That's fine. Okay, when you have your lily pad, put it in your river and put your light on it.
There.
Float your light on a lily pad in the river.
I made two lily pads because I was trying to make it look right, so I made.
That's okay.
So I ended up with two lily pads.
Okay, let's get our trash so it doesn't blow away into the creek. Alrighty. And also, we brought with us a basket, and in this basket is a blanket. Okay? And this reminds us of the baby. The baby's basket probably looked a little bit different than this, but this was what I had, so I brought it to kind of remind us. Okay?
Did you kind of like weave through the reeds?
Mm-hmm.
I have this more scrap.
Okay, let's continue with the story. We read the first 3 stanzas. We're going to pick up with Miriam found a spot. Okay? Miriam found a spot to hide. She wouldn't leave her brother's side. Who is Miriam?
His mom?
The baby's, not mom, the baby's sister. The baby's big sister. Okay? She's the big sister. But she's probably like your age. Okay? Or maybe even a little younger. When Pharaoh's daughter came to bathe and saw the basket in the waves. Pharaoh's daughter, so she would be like the princess. Okay? But she's a grown-up princess. Miriam saw the princess meant no harm as she rocked the baby in her arms. She sees the baby in the basket and picks him up. He was probably crying. Okay. Shall I get a nurse, perhaps, to care for the baby on your lap? Pharaoh's daughter answered, please. So Miriam ran through the trees. When mother came to where they were, the Pharaoh's daughter hired her to care.
Wait, so what?
So the baby floats down the river. The princess picks him up and snuggles him. And Miriam, the sister of the baby, says, I can go get a lady that can help feed the baby. Babies need milk from mom, right? Okay, the princess might not have had mommy's milk to give him. So Miriam went and got her own mother, the baby's mother, so that she could feed him, nurse him, give him milk. Okay? And Pharaoh's daughter paid her to to nurse the baby. Okay? One day, when baby boy was grown, mother walked him to Pharaoh's throne. The princess spoke aloud and said, I found him in the riverbed. So Moses is to be his name, and I will love him all the same, as though this boy were born to me, adopted now to royalty. Word of wisdom, word of grace. Thanks be to God. Okay. Take a moment to think about this story. You can put it down. Think it through. Okay.
Everything's blowing away.
It's okay. Think through this story. A brave mother who tried to save her little boy.
And he did get saved.
A brave sister who followed that baby down the river and spoke to the princess.
I didn't know
Yeah,
she
she actually did. Okay? A brave princess who actually went against her father's wishes and said, I'm saving this baby. Okay? They were all brave. All of these women and the little girl were all very brave. I bet Miriam had to be very quiet when she was in the bushes watching the baby go down the river and wait. What do you think she heard? Listen. What do you think she heard as she hid in the bushes? You might hear the wind. It might be blowing a lot on the camera microphone. You might hear the birds.
which have quieted down since we first started.
Yeah. You might hear the water. Do we hear water?
No, the water's silent.
The water's
right now,
quiet here.
but
Okay.
it is moving.
Yes. Okay. She had to wait at the edge of the water, wondering what would happen and being patient. Have you ever had to wait for something patiently?
Yeah.
Not knowing what would happen?
Yeah, like the lesson I really wanted to get there,
Oh yes, wanted to get somewhere in the car and waiting patiently?
but it took 4 hours.
Yeah. Can you put your hand on your river? Okay.
Mine was out the whole time to keep it from blowing away.
Do you have any thoughts about brave women that you know, or brave people that you know?
Papa.
Your papa is brave? Why is he brave? Oh yes, he goes hunting. He does have to be brave then.
How? So an animal doesn't attack you?
Yes, be brave to go out near wild animals. That would be brave. Have you ever had a spider get on you?
No.
Had to be brave? Ever had to squish a bug?
I don't like squishing bugs.
You don't like
'cause
squishing bugs?
It's killing them.
That's true. Have you ever been in a thunderstorm where you had to be brave and it was scary?
I don't really get scared of thunderstorms.
Okay.
Yeah, I like watching the lightning.
Okay.
Yeah, watching for the lightning
Yes.
to come.
All right, the next thing we're going to do is look in your bag for paper, listen carefully, paper that is yellow or pink or white, okay? And everybody gets a paper. Yellow, not
I
that
want
one.
the yellow.
Yellow or pink or white. And everyone gets a paper, okay?
I want
Yellow, and you can have yellow, and I have a pink. Okay, there we go. And with this, again tearing, okay, we don't have scissors, make a flower. Okay?
How?
How can you make a flower? Okay, tearing towards the center a little bit, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh, you can just make little flaps for petals.
Yeah, tearing towards the center to make a flower. And if something tears off, it's okay. It's all right. Put your foot on it. Okay? Oops. It's okay. Put your foot on it.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
It's okay. It's okay. All right? There we go. Good job. Colin, you have your foot in the river. It's okay. Yeah? Okay. You try. I'm not going to do it for you. You try. Mine isn't looking real good either. Okay. And there's extra papers. If you thoroughly destroy one, you can get a different one. It's okay. All right? Yeah. And then I'm going to actually tear this one off. Okay, like every other, I'm going to tear off, I think, so that it looks a little more like a flower. Tear that one off. And maybe this one.
Tear off all the corners.
Maybe. However you think it might work. Okay. I think I want to tear off maybe this one. And maybe this one too. It just doesn't
And tear
need to
off all
be
the
there.
corners to make it look flowery.
Alright. Mine's not looking much like a flower yet, but you can keep working on it, and as you work, think about people you know who are brave. Okay? Like the brave women in our story who did something they didn't know if they would get caught. Okay? If Pharaoh made such a terrible rule, he could easily have said, ooh, these women are just breaking all the rules. Okay? Just breaking all the rules. And they can die because they broke all the rules. Okay? Pharaoh could have made that. Could have said that about them. Okay, here's my flower. Not the best, but it's okay because we're ripping and it's fine. Okay? Don't go get scissors. Okay, here's my flower. All right, just kind of rippy until it works. Okay, I'm gonna take my flower and I'm gonna put it on my lily pad with the candle in the middle and float that flower down my river. Okay.
I thought we were going to do something actually with the river behind us.
Oh yeah. Actually, I'm also gonna go and get my markers. Are they in here? Here we go. And you can write the name or draw a picture of someone you know
Like this one?
who is brave. Yeah, good. Okay,
Mine looks more like a person.
that's okay.
two
Someone you
hands on
have
one
heard
side.
of, or someone, you know who I'm going to write about. We all heard about that lady. She was a famous judge. Her name was Judge Ginsburg.
Oh, yeah.
And she was very brave because
I have these scratches.
she voted for things sometimes that were unpopular, but she was a very brave woman. Okay.
But she died recently.
She died. She had fought a long, hard battle. Okay, she'd been sick a long time. She was very brave. Okay.
Did she still do this stuff when she was sick?
I don't know how much she worked when she was sick. Okay. All right. So I wrote the name of Justice Ginsburg because she's somebody brave that has been in the news lately that I thought of. Would you like to use my green pen?
I need to think of someone.
You can put anything, anybody you can think of. It doesn't have to be a woman. It could be a man that you can think of that's brave, that did something brave.
Can it be from the Bible?
Sure. Yeah. It can be
Can I
somebody
write
from our
Paul?
story. Yes, absolutely. He was brave, for sure.
Do we know his last name?
Paul of Tarsus.
Person.
Yep. It's okay. It's okay, sweetheart.
Could I? This actually?
You can try another
How
one
do you
later.
spell Tarsus?
Tarsus. Okay. If you need to pause the video to finish your flower, the flower isn't what's important. It's thinking about the story that's most important, kiddo. That's good. I think your flower is ready. Okay?
Paul of Tarsus.
I think it's fine, kiddo. Okay, I think it's fine. And you can work more on it later.
You can have your
Okay.
marker back.
Thank you. Okay? All right. I have a couple other things to tell you about. We are going to have our Zoom class today at 2 o'clock on Sunday. Okay? In that class, we are going to be working on this paper. It's in your green folder. Okay? So look in your green folder. There should be enough for everybody.
Is it just a coloring page?
It's going to look like stained glass. Okay? And we'll talk more about why we're doing
Oh,
that.
is it with oil?
No, we're gonna use our own coloring supplies, markers or crayons. Okay? All right. So that's something that we're gonna do during our class. We are also going to watch a clip from Prince of Egypt, the movie, and we're gonna watch a movie example of this story of when Moses' mother and sister float him down the river and the princess picks him up. Yeah. Okay, so we'll be doing that during our Zoom class. And then in your green folder, you have lots more ideas in the Lesson 2 section. Lots more things that you can do with this story with your family if you choose. Okay? We're going to wrap this up now. Okay? And we're going to do that by saying a prayer. Okay? And by thinking of people that are brave. Okay? So I'd like you to say this prayer and repeat with me. And if you have people that you have thought of that are brave, you can put their names into the prayer. Okay? Dear God,
Dear God. Dear God.
we thank you for brave people,
We thank you for brave people.
such as Justice Ginsburg
Sister Justice Ginsburg
and Paul the Apostle
and Paul the Apostle and Papa Gary.
and our Papa. Help us to be brave like them.
Help us to be brave like them.
Amen.
And amen.
Kids, you can be brave, and so I'm going to send you out and encourage you to depend on God when you need to be brave, because He will give you the strength. Okay? We will see you on Zoom. If you don't know how to get on, reach out to me and we'll get you on, okay? Bye!